Hello YouTube, coming to you with a deck profile. My name is RBK2351, or you can just call me Ryan. Um, I recently went to a Chicago Regional on March 1st, and I went 5-4 at this regional. I didn't top, but I did place about 106 out of, I believe it was 368 people, so I did really, really well. Definitely got into the top third of the brackets, and which is really surprising because I've only been playing this game for a short time. I think I got during Zector, so maybe 8 or 9 months I've been playing this. I went with a very familiar deck to most people. I went with Panek-Kravitz. My matchups during the day were really interesting. First match I played Fire Fist, and then literally the next four matches were Sam's Agents, and then the last four matchups were Spellbooks, which I got to play against Cordero, Vexy, which was really awesome. It was a lot of fun. We Then I played Miss Valleys, Car Curries, and my last matchup was a mirror match / Gladiator Beasts, which is like a really interesting deck I've seen. So that was a loss. And I lost to Cordero. But that won game 3, which was really close. Um, you know, so it was a lot of fun. And I'm going to jump into it. And here we go. Okay, to start off, I'm going to start off with the simple stuff. Play 2 Rescue Rabbit. You gotta play 2 in this deck. No more, no less. Both of them are signed by Vexy. Of course, yeah. And then for the rest of the Rabbit engine, we have triple Sea of Sorry, and then triple Kabazol. And then, I'm going to bring it over here. And then we have triple Guaiba as well for the dinos. I felt this worked really well. Very standard Dino Rabbit build. Now we get into more of my interesting choices for the deck for additional monsters. I know most people play like Maxis, and like Trags and stuff instead, but I decided to go with Double Veiler. And this was great. It helped me get around a lot of things with like a lot of problems, like, cards like the Fire Fist or Agents. It saved my ass with Agents because both times I veiled his Earth and got rid of a lot of his plays. So this was definitely a great choice. And then Double Thunder King, which again was a really good choice. This was a great spellbook matchup card. I didn't have to worry about signing it out. Didn't sign it out at all during spellbooks. And then also, this was also a great agent card. So I played this against agents, and it pretty much won me the game both times. Thunder King won me quite a bit of games. And then the tour guide engine, 2 tour guide, 1 tour bus, and 1 night stand. People were asking me how do I like tour bus in the deck, and I love it. Tour bus is definitely the best choice out of any of the new targets they have. People, were saying, "Oh, seeing it's gone. This deck's dead." Blah blah blah. Saying, "No, it's not gone. This deck is not dead. This deck still has a lot of power in it, even with Singen gone. Torbus is just a better option. I mean, you can recycle your dinos. You can recycle, Tour Guide. You can recycle your Thunder King, your Veilers. So, you can recycle anything in your opponent's graveyard. If it's crippling, like if you're playing Zectors or Dark Worlds. So, I definitely have to say that Torbus is a great option to go with when you're dealing with your fourth target choice. Anyway, onto the spells. I only put about 7 spells in the deck. The monster count's at 19, if I remember right. But we played Double Lance. This was fantastic against almost all matchups. I know I attacked a lot and lanced their monster, so the monster died. Usually they were okay with that, or something like that. So, yeah. So Lance definitely at 2, perfect. And then the other double spell I played was double MST. I only played 2 MST because sometimes I feel like when I'm playing MST, if I draw more than one, if I draw too many, it seems cloggy to me. However, I felt this was a great choice because I was trying, keep a low deck count as well. I didn't even side the third MSC. I just played it at 2, and it worked perfectly. So I really liked that too. And then the Trinity, of course. 1 heavy, 1 dark hole, and 1 monster reborn. Heavy was great in this deck. Loved it. Perfect. Heavy won me a few games. Dark hole, monster reborn. I actually did not ever dark hole the field. So dark hole is kind of an LOL because it kind of just sat there and at the bottom of my deck. Never dark holed the field, so it's kind of sad. And then for traps, this deck contains 16 traps. It is super trap heavy, so let's get into it. Start off, Double Vamos. Yeah, Double Vamos. Then Double Mirror Force. Don't yell at me about rarities. I already know. I'm trying to get the other cards rared out. Double D Prison. Double Torrential. Little TT in the evening. Double Macro. If I could put them down right. If you don't play Macro, it's not Macro Rabbit. Come on. Double Compulsory. Great card. Won me a few games too. And then for the one-ofs, we have 1 The Huge Revolution's Over, 1 Starlight Road for those troll negation cards that stop cards like Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Treasure Tribute, stuff like that. And then the Solemn Duo. 1 Judgment, 1 Warning, because, of course, March 1st, the ban list went active, so you only can play 1 Warning. So, yeah, so there's 16 traps, I believe. It's a 42 card deck, 16 traps. Wouldn't change a thing. It was perfect at 42. Never had a draw, so, yeah, it's good. Onto the side. Side had some really interesting choices, apparently, according to most people. So, yeah, let's get into that now. Double Debunk. This is for any hand trap. And I did cite it a few times. It came really in handy when I was playing against Agents and Spellbooks. Spellbooks I wasn't able to use, I didn't draw it, but in Agents I had one set just in case if he would like tragged or gores me. I was waiting for it too because he didn't have anything on his field, so I was thinking he was gonna end up gorsing me at one point. So I definitely would have done that, but also I did have Doc on the field, so I would just negate it. But yeah, so I played Double Debunk, Double Shadow Prison. I played no Dark World matches, or I didn't play any decks that I could have used this for. Really, it was kind of, I'm like, wow, this is like this is one of the cards I just like didn't have to ever side in, which is great because I didn't have to worry about Dark Worlds, but still, kind of felt like they were tied in the deck, so yeah. Double Medion. This was a great side choice. This actually won me a few matches. This won me, I believe, it won me my last match in both one of my Sam's matches and one of my agent matches, because he summoned a monster. I think he did something. I don't remember. I think he lanced my Super Story or something. And then I had Zemians in the field, so I put the Zemians in the defense mode, and I summoned Medion. I'm like, Medion attack. He was at 600 life points, and just, because he wanted to double check, I wanted to double check. We both read the effect, and his card went back to his hand, and then I realized my Zemians goes back to my extra deck, and I won the game using that. So Medion was definitely a fun card. Definitely did not regret playing 2 in the side. The only thing is I definitely did think about it at one point to only maybe play 1 in the side, but playing 2 really helped. It really helped against those decks that were heavy special summoning and Especially with the exceeds and stuff, it's really helped. Dome XC. I actually got this to go off during a few games. Car Curries, I know I went off during. It was perfect. Dome XC, I always like playing Dome XC, so. And then double Snow Eater. I started this in a few times. It went off like once, but that was it. One Pod Avarice. Never sided this card in. This card was actually dead in my extra deck. I actually probably would have sided that third MST if I wasn't, if I didn't go with this, which I probably should have. But I really didn't even need the third MST. And another one that I never actually signed to was D Fisher. I went with D Fisher just for that fourth option, just in case if I did sign the third macro and got MST'd. It was just a choice I made. But yeah, these two actually probably could have I could have left these out of the side and maybe side something else. So it was just a judgment call, and then like one macro, the last Veiler, and then Morphing Dirt 2, which actually always puts in a lot of work at almost any region I go to. This time he did really well. He sent cards back to the extra deck, pointing his special summon, and it was a funny LOL card. And now time for the extra deck. The extra deck, 15 cards. It's your standard Dino Bunny extra deck, triple Agia, double Dalka, double Leviair. Pretty standard. It's what you run. And then one Zen mains and 110 tempo, as well as an Acid Golem, Black Ship of Corn. I actually want to talk about this card. One Mace Stroke. This card also won me a game, but I definitely want to talk about Black Ship the most probably. Shockmaster I never went into. Abyss Dweller I never went into. And then one Stardust for the start of the run. Black Ship of Corn is MVP right now. Is my MVP of the extra deck. Dalka and Lagia, yes, they did put in work, but this card actually won me about 2 or 3 matches. Just because one player could not keep up with my Black Ship. Every time he tragged me, I just went Black Ship's effect and I discarded the trag. Because the trag only had 18 on it, and even so, it's still considered a 0/0. So I never had to worry about really any problem monsters like trag. So I had a lot of fun. I love this card. This card is so good. I love it. It's perfect. And so yeah, that is the deck profile. Like I said, about 42 cards in the deck. Had a lot of fun. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'm pretty sure you may have seen this build before. I don't know if you have. This is I feel really standard build. It's nothing unique. I had a lot of fun in regionals. I met Vexy, of course. I got to play him round 6. So that was a lot of fun. He's a really cool guy. So I definitely want to give a shout out to him. I definitely want to start doing this more often. I am working on Fire Fists. I have the whole deck built, but I'm working out the kinks with like the traps and stuff. Because that is probably one of the hardest lineups I've had to come up with right now. But otherwise, yeah. Have fun, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. I would like to start really doing this more often. Now that I find I can do it on my phone, it's like awesome. I want to definitely do this more. So, yeah. Bye, guys.